Are we on? Salute. Ma-Africa. Sanbonani Dumelang. I hope you guys are good. Like I promised, things of an episode. I'm here and I'll always be here for you guys. So let's continue to share this information. Actually, like I said on the last episode, I will be actually getting into AMA modules with security. Like I said on the previous episode, the very first episode, Bravo One podcast, there's grade E, which is the most basic, and there's grade D, there's grade C, there's grade B, there's grade A. So what is basically going to happen now, I will be going module by module, so that to explain, so that at least now when you go to a security training college, what to expect, like we agreed. So we're gonna start with online create a profile on CIRA. Basically, when you go and train as a security officer, you need to also create a profile with CIRA. Remember, I said CIRA, it's an acronym for Private Security Industry Regulatory Authority. So that is the body which is managing all of us, including the security companies and all of us in ISPETE, CIRA. They are the authority. So basically creating a profile. It's putting your name, surname, email address, contact numbers, somehow your photo, as you go. But if you can go online and say www.pcira.co.za, and then izokuveza the website, and then you're gonna say how to create a profile, or you're gonna say click on what? Online register. You register, something like that. I'm not sure, but I can quickly double check. In the meantime, so when you go to that website, and then you actually create a profile, by profile yako, and then so that when you are done with the security courses, and you know what at least this CIRA iyawazi, and then it's easy for you to register. You go to the website itself, CIRA, and then when you go there, is also online verification, you log in with OTP number, whatsoever. When you go to creating profile, uzo log in as umuntu onga exist, so you want CIRA to recognize you. I'm just trying to quickly get into it, but anyway, it's a friendly user application that is not complicated, and then you put your information, everything, and then from there it allows you when you're done with your schooling, then they will submit your course reports, and then from there you get to be approved as an accredited security services provider. So I didn't want to really get deeper into website because it's just friendly user. Don't get too much stressed about it. So yes, man. So basically, I'm going to start with grade E. Grade E, like I said, what is the most basic course that you're gonna be doing with security. So I'm a module, so like I said previously, with the first module is personal hygiene and general appearance. How you appear. You need to have short hair, you need to shave, you need to look smart, to look neat, presentable, ube right when you're on post. So basically they're gonna teach you about how to take care of yourself. Like basically that's what's gonna happen. And then another module which is on grade E is basic occupational safety, because in every workplace, you know what is safety is of a paramount importance. It's very important to be safe, site and everybody, every employee, you need to make sure that they comply with the standards of safety. Sometimes company they do have safety officers, people who are monitoring what are the employees complying with the safety standards and all of that. So now as a security, you've got a certain level of responsibility to make sure what you are safe. There's fire extinguisher, there's whatever, fire hose and all of that, emergency assembly and all that. You're gonna get that as you do a security course. I'm just touching the basis because, like I said, I don't want to venture too much into that. I'm not here as an instructor, but I'm here as someone who wants to share the information on this episode, by the way. And then another module also now is basic public relations. Public relations is actually how you relate with the public, to interact with people on a daily basis, how to handle situations, conflict, argument, difficult customers and all of that, because whether you're working in a residential area or working wherever, you're going to find those people. Those people are always there. Omunye utasusi moto yakhe is a residential site akafuna no, I want the access code lana, mina ngizobona usisi wami lana and all of that. So yeah, you're gonna have to be able to handle that. So how do you relate with the public? Yeah, well, you're enforcing the law, but at the same time, the security procedures. But at the same time, now you need to be professional. You need to contain yourself. You don't have to be controlled by your anger and all of this. So that's basically it. And so any module now, it's rules and functions of the security. Rules and function of the security. What is the purpose of the security? Why do we need the security? What are the duties of the security? What role does the security play in a society? So those are the things that you're going to come across. And then another module is bombs, explosives, devices, and firearms. So explosive devices, when you are in a building and they say there's a bomb, but you don't panic and don't cause panic. You need to make sure you marshal the people out of the building politely, so make sure there are no injuries. Make sure you also take them to the emergency assembly there, and then make sure that you cordon off the area, you call the bomb squad, you inform your management, so it's that whole process. Sometimes, most of the time actually, on the sites there are emergency numbers and everything that you're going to use. Inform your supervisor, if you do have your supervisor on site, or the mobile supervisor, or whoever you are reporting to according to a chain of command. So you will definitely going to follow that process. And then another module that you can expect is discipline. Discipline, that's where they teach you about the discipline, to respect your management, your superiors, to make sure you have a good relationship. Sometimes we all know team managers are not the same, you show your character. And then sometimes you'll feel like the managers are not treating you well and all of that. Don't develop the bad attitude and all. You need to make sure that you have a good working relationships with your managers, your supervisors. We're actually going to talk about this on another episode. I'm just trying to give you a hint to what discipline. They're going to teach you discipline. Another module that they will teach you with grade E is basic self defense, how to defend yourself. Sometimes they will train you how to use a baton, high block, middle block, low block, and all that, to defend yourself. And when the crowd is trying to attack you, crowd control and all of that. But defense, self-defense, just for your safety, you need to make sure that you know how to actually defend yourself. You need to be fit, you need to be fast and sharp. Your mind must always be sharp. You need to be observant. You need to make sure that you always play safe. You always are on a safe side, especially when a situation starts to be a threat towards your life or maybe somebody is trying to be difficult and they want to cause chaos there. So yes, you're gonna learn about the basic self-defense, tactics. Nama practicals, by the way, you really have to have that so that you know how to defend yourself. Another module that you can expect is observation. Observation is a skill, a special skill actually, of how to observe, how to spot suspicious vehicles, suspicious people, and all of the suspicious persons. When somebody's suspicious, the body language and everything. So you're gonna have to learn about that and be observant. When you're on duty, you must make sure with it, all your mind is on your post. With it, you observe, you check, you report anything suspicious. So basically, observation is the most important thing, because if you don't observe, you can't see, then you can't be able to explain. Another module that you can expect from on grade E, it's guarding and patrolling. Basically, you'll be patrolling the premises. Maybe it's a warehouse. Maybe they are not working. Maybe sometimes they're working 24 hours. There are employees there. You'll be doing searching and everything. So guarding and patrolling to make sure that the premises is safe, the windows are closed, and everything is sealed. So you will be patrolling. Sometimes you'll be using a guard tag to patrol or clock around waiting. So you'll be subjected to that, and you need to make sure you execute your patrols accordingly. Don't sleep on duty, because sleeping on duty is a serious offense, and you can get fired, by the way, for that. So you need to make sure that one you guard against. You don't do that. Otherwise, before I jump on this other one, on guardian patrolling, if you feel exhausted, sometimes because you find that you are renting emarumini and emini bayarasa abanye, you can't sleep enough, and all of that. We're gonna talk about something that is called fatigue management. When you feel nausea, when you feel tired, and while you're on post, what to do so that you at least manage to push through to the shift, and then towards the end of the shift, so that you can get home and rest, hopefully, if they will never make noise. And then another module, they will teach you about the use of fire extinguisher. You really need to know how to use a fire extinguisher and all of that. So that's another module you need to expect, because remember, in some sites they do site drills and everything. So you really need to know how to use a fire extinguisher. You need to make sure, maybe you'll be the one, most of the times, or the security officers, if there are no safety officers, are the ones who needs to make sure that they check the fire extinguisher, the expiry dates and everything you check. And another module that you can expect is basic legal aspects. Actually, they teach you about the powers of arrest, how to deal with the difficult customers, or maybe somebody who's just being violent, how to apprehend them, what kind of force you must use. Sometimes, so if somebody slaps you, you need to apply the minimum force, not the maximum force. So basically, they teach you about the basic legal aspects. So you can expect that. And industrial relations also is part of the module also. When you're operating in the industry, and then what you need to know, and understanding the whole of the security industry, what is actually happening within the security industry, and also some of the posts that you'll be working, what to expect there, and all of that. And then another module, it's basic radio and telephone communications. Most of the time, people who are doing what you call call center, they get to be trained how to take calls inbound and outbound and all of that. Now in the security environment, you will be maybe sometimes working in the reception, taking calls, talking to customers, and referring them to the right persons and all of that. So you really need to know that. And also the basic radio communication. So you need to also be able to communicate using a handheld radio. There's a base radio which normally gets to be fixed in maybe in a control room environment where they call guards maybe at the sites. But now you really need to have good radio communication skills. There's a language insecurity that we use. We normally, most of the time, use phonetic alphabets, Alpha, Bravo. There's, those A up to Z. A up to Z, they've got their own meanings. And so if you talk about A, it's Alpha. If you talk about B, it's Bravo. C, Charlie, all of that. I'm going to write them down, by the way, when I have time. So on the next episode, I will also be telling you exactly how do they work, but I don't want to disclose much of information because some of this information might land into the wrong hands. And so, but I'm just going to basically say it's phonetic alphabets from A up to Z. They've got certain meanings. It depends with the company. Sometimes we use the call sign. Sometimes they can call you Bravo, from Charlie, whatsoever. It depends on the company, how they actually use those phonetic alphabets. So that's basically grade E for you. I'm now going to quickly jump to grade D. Grade D, the modules actually they are just a repetition in some way, but it's more like advanced, because in grade D they will tell you about self-defense and minimum force that we're talking about, that how to defend yourself, how to use a minimum force when you are under attack, and then somebody wants to hurt you, then you need to be able to defend yourself. Basic firefighting, you need to know when there's fire. If the fire breaks out, you need to know where the fire extinguishers, where is the emergency assembly point, and all of that. Remember the security, you will always be the marshal to usher people into a place of safety without even causing panic, without having injuries and all of that. So you really need to be good at that. So yes, and radio communication, you see this module, we saw it on the grade E. Then now radio communication is about communication, legal aspects. Again, you see legal aspects, you need to understand legal aspects, you need to know the powers to execute arrest and all of that. So another module which is interesting is access control. Myself, I call this module access and egress control, because you can issue access into the premises. Also, when the vehicle leaves, you need to make sure that these people, they are entitled to leave the premises. They didn't steal something, then all of a sudden there's a complaint that no, this person came here and stole this, now you have to investigate and all of that. So actually you need to also do egress control to make sure that no, the premises are safe. Remember, security is all about three main things: protection of information, protection of personnel, protection of assets. You are going to be protecting assets. Whether you're working at the airport, you're working at estate, you're working at the warehouse, you're working at retail, banking and everything, you will be protecting those three things. Those are the main things that you will be protecting. Siyazwana bashali. Okay, now we're going to move to the next module for grade D now, search procedures and techniques. Actually, when you conduct the searching, whether searching of people, there's a way of searching people. Number one. Number two, you're going to do the searching respectfully. So number three, when you are a man, you wouldn't really be allowed in most cases to search a woman. So a woman must be searched by a woman. So there's a procedure also of searching. They want to teach you everything there at the training college. And then you will be using items such as handheld metal detector. In other areas, you will do a physical search, body search. And when you search someone, you have to come at the back. Like I'm sitting here, you have to come at the back. behind me so you can search me in case for your safety. You know, you will understand these things when you get there. So yes, searching procedures and techniques. So another module you're going to come across is pocket books. Pocket books are normally small books that you write information. You write when you report on duty, you write the OB number, you write the situation report, everything. It's for record keeping, but you can keep it in your pocket. Put it here or put it here. And you need to also have a pen, a black pen and a red pen. Most of the time, security officers are expected to have this equipment because that's the equipment you're going to use. If a suspicious car passes, very quick you can be able to write the registration number and the model of the car, the color and everything, so that you can be able to give info. So a pocket book is very important. Now, the role of security personnel in occupational safety. Like I said to now, as a security officer, even if there are safety officers, you'll have a certain role that you suppose or you are expected to play. So you really need to expect that you might play a role in circumstances of safety. If you see someone, maybe it's a construction site, you see someone not wearing a safety hat, then you've got a right to confront them that, hey, mister, why are you not wearing a safety hat? Because if an accident happens, this person is not wearing a safety hat and all of that. Sometimes you will be doing access control in a construction area whereby you need to only allow people who have got PPE, personal protection equipment, to enter the site. So you're not allowed. That's why when you see engineers visiting the site, at the construction site, they normally receive safety equipment, PPE equipment, the safety hat, everything, reflective vest and all of that. So you really have to know what role you are going to play as a security personnel from a occupational safety point of view. So actually that's basically it. And then when you go to grade C, the same legal aspect appears. Grade C, legal aspect, you need to know law. You need to have at least a basic understanding of law, and especially CPA, Criminal Procedure Act, because sometimes you can wrongfully arrest someone, then they sue you. They open a case against you, you harass them, you embarrass them, whatsoever, then you might be in trouble. Protection of information, that's what I like. You protect the information. You don't disclose critical information to strangers. Sometimes, someone will come and say, hey, who's the manager here? Who's the safety officer here? Who's the supervisor here? Who's the director here? Such information. Who's the CEO? What car does he drive? And all of that. You need to protect that information. When somebody starts asking you those questions, you need to say, hey, oh, wait, who are you? What do you want? And all of that. So, bubaya too, mabebona subuza such questions. So, you don't have to disclose such information. Now, the next module, role of emergency. Role of emergency also, when there's emergency, what to do, how to react. Remember, you don't have to cause panic, you don't have to panic, but you need to be able to contain the situation and make sure that people are evacuated safely. Sometimes you're going to use the emergency exit doors. You need to know and you need to make sure those doors are operational and everything. Right. Another module, bomb threats. When there's a bomb threats, that's the module we spoke about. So don't panic, don't cause panic. Make sure you barricade the area, make sure that you isolate people from the threat, but politely so, not screaming and shouting so everybody gets to panic now and they end up getting injured. You might be blamed for that. Fire prevention and protection. Fire prevention and protection. Some buildings have got fire sensors, and then there's also, fire extinguishers and all of this. So basically, it's just to make sure that if the fire breaks out, then you know what to do and how to do, how to react, and all of this. So Another module is written reports. Written reports, you need to know how to comprehensively compile a report. That is the most important thing. When you get to the college, they're going to tell you about 5 wives and 1 husband. It means who, where, what, which, and which, right? Who, when, where, what, and which, and then how. So these 5 W's and 1 H, those are the most important things. If you compile a report and one of these wives is not there or the husband is not there, then it becomes a problem. I'm just making a typical example that you need to have 5 W's plus H. Then you know that your report is complete, is admissible to, maybe you'll be writing to the management, to the client. The client, when you write a report, you write an incomplete report, they have to come back to you and ask you what happened, how did it happen, who is involved, why this other information is not there, and all. You don't want to omit an important information, because that might be, some kind of a turn-off, why this information is not there. The other module that you're going to come across is the threat. The threat is when there's a threat, maybe your life is under threat, or people who are staff members, personnel, they're under threat. What to do, how to, because remember, you are the front line, you are the first line of defense, so you need to make sure you are proactive as a security, and then you make sure you protect the people, especially the staff members, personnel, everybody who's employed, who's working there. You're going to have to protect them. I think we have covered most of the EDC part, and now we're going to remain with A and B. We will discuss them on the next module. I think we can stop here for now. If you need any clarity, you can just on the comment section send me your questions, your queries. What do you think about this information? Was it helpful? What do you want me to do for you, and all of that? And then I would want to actually announce something. I don't want to say it's a competition. Actually, it's something that I feel I must do because of my heart. I've done this before, I know, but I've never done this in a public space, As much as we share information, I want to commit now that I want to take 1 student from my own budget, my own pocket. I want to take 1 student, 1 lucky student to the college, so they can do grade EDC, just grade EDC. I know that when you did those grades, there is a high possibility that you can actually get a job. And then because I don't know this thing. I will do it maybe on a semester season, or maybe I will do it going forward. But now, as an intro, I'm bringing this competition to you, and then here are the ground rules for the competition. The competition is very simple. Number 1, when you enter the competition, you must be qualifying. You must be qualifying to enter the competition, so that when I pick your name, and then now you are in, you're gonna go. So it's not actually limited to Joburg. People from Limpopo, from anywhere, I'll explain later how we're gonna work it around. If maybe somebody from KZN wins this competition, and then gets to be nominated as a student who will be studying for grade EDC. That's what I can offer you guys for now. Right from my pocket, I volunteer to do that. So here are the rules of the competition. Number one, when you enter the competition, you need to be a subscriber. You need to be someone who's a subscriber, who's subscribed, and then who's following the channel. And then number two, you need to be 18 years or older for you to qualify to enter the competition. These are now the requirements. When you are nominated, then you really need to be 18 years older. 18 years or older, you need to have a clear criminal record. As for we nominate someone, then we find out later what in a criminal record, it's back and forth. You know how difficult it is to clear a criminal. So make sure a criminal record. So make sure what you don't have a criminal record or any case that you have been successfully prosecuted on. Angal kunamanye amakhesi nje uthole ukuthi ayiveli nawe system, that's still fine, as long as you can be able to make a police clearance and sibone ukuthi vele you don't have a criminal record by law, by the way. And then you need to have a valid SAID, or you need to be having a passport, and you must be a permanent resident here in Mzansi. So you will be qualifying for that. So I'm going to share my email on the comment section, so that I want you guys to send me emails. I don't want you to display your information, your personal information on the comment section, because abanye abantu, they can use your information for some stupid things there. So I don't want you to. I want you guys to send an email. My email, it's a bit tricky. It's alfindiaoscar@gmail.com. Okay, let me spell it for you. I'm gonna write it here so it makes sense for you. If someone wants to write, so it becomes easy. So it's alfindiaoscar@gmail.com. So it's ALFINDIAOSCAR@gmail.com. So what you are going to do on this email, you just write your name, your surname, your WhatsApp number, the province. Please do not send me your ID number or any other information you don't have. Only these three things. You write your name, your surname, you share the WhatsApp number that I can be able to reach out to you on the email, not on the comment section. But I will be patient if you send it there. But I'm just worried about, I don't want people to call you, strangers calling you and say, hey, me lawyer, and all of that. Otherwise, I will interact with you on your WhatsApp number, and you also state the province. The reason why I'm saying state the province is that when I nominate you, and then you become the lucky person to get this scholarship to go to the security training college. If maybe you are out of Gauteng, you need to check the college which is accredited. I can do that for you, by the way. If you are not familiar with it, I can go to the CIRA website and check, maybe if it is Free State, and check which schools are accredited. I'm not actually going to give you hard cash. No, I'm going to interact with the school. If you find a school, let me know that you found the school and you send me their details. I'll interact with the training manager, and then I'll explain to the training manager what exactly is happening. And then the training manager will send me the banking details and everything. I'm going to pay them directly, and then when I just have to attend and get your certificate. I'm not going to give you money, and then the money for other things, for transport, everything, that one you really need to make a plan, because you get what I'm saying. I don't have funding. I'm just doing this out of my heart. But at the same time, you are going to tell me which dates are suitable for you to start. And so forth and so on. By the way, maybe I might help there and there, but the most basic thing, I'm going to pay for your course, full amount. I'm going to pay for your course, and after paying for your course, for you is just to attend and finish the course and graduate. And you're going to take this a little bit far. After graduation, then you give me the feedback and all that. How was the training and all of that? And then it will really make me the happiest person. If I left anything behind, guys, I think I've covered everything for now. I've made an announcement, and in just with I can't scream because people are busy. People are busy. These people around me for these on their laptops and everything. So, but I'm happy. I'm very much happy. I'm super happy. Ngicela ukuthi bantwana basekhaya nisebenzise lethuba ukuthi niz upgrade and change your life. Let's help one another as a society. Kunzima bafethu. Lena iBravo One podcast. Ngithi ngijabulile sisonke bafethu. If there are any issues, ngicela ukuthi let me know so I can be able to help. Wherever that I can help, guys, I'm gonna help. And so the reason why I'm doing this is not for publicity or what. I feel because there are people who helped us to be where we are now. We also need to help other people to get somewhere, so that that will make me very happy to see, at least from my channel, one person graduating as a security officer. And basically, I'm not saying to people become security officers and then life your I feel the most security. No, you can do security and start working and hlanganisa there and there, and then from there you keep pushing until you get something better. Even when you are a graduate, yes. When the security, the security, uthole ispan usithola ngesinye uthiyami, and isipusha kanjalo. Nathi we started somewhere, we are somewhere, we are going somewhere. Kanjalo, life injalo. Bangakutshela manga ukuthi hey security, uzofaka uniform, uzolala ngamabhuthu, so they always criticize people. So I want to finish that thing ukuthi sibhekane ngale ndlela ukuthi i-security umsebenzi oncolile or onjani. Bafethu, I'll tell you one thing, 100 rand is 100 rand. Ayisho ukuthi lena 100 rand ye-businessman, lena 100 rand kabantu. I-value is the same value. So we are striving to survive. We are hustling to survive, bafethu. Ungabi namahloni to do your own thing. So ngicela sibe la bafethu, singene, participate and then change our lives, because some of us, we are stuck in life because of amahloni. Uzowadla amahloni. Awuna libikhala utla jadikhala akwelifela utla katedikhala uye kuda ko shopong da ufika buy grocery kadikhala. You want. So let's push bafethu to change the life it's arona. There's a whole lot that we can do to change our lives, to make sure that at least we move towards something. Not worry. Mara for 2 years, and then sometimes maybe you are a graduate, you went to university, you've got a bachelor's degree or something, then you can't find jobs. And sometimes I know it can be very, very, very hard to find a job that you actually went to school for. You have seen the other day medical students, they were on strike and then hungry, looking for jobs and all that. So let's reduce the rate of unemployment. Let's play our part. Let's not sit at the corner and complain or judge other people. I mean, I'll ask you one thing, Otiam. If you wanna complain, I'll ask you what is your role in the society? In your corner or in the spaces, what is it that you are doing to change people's lives? So sometimes people do complain, but they don't have solutions. If you're complaining, you must have a solution. I'm complaining about this, but this is how I think we can solve this problem. So all the best, bafethu. to ozothola scholarship, and I will be very transparent on this one. I will figure out how to be really transparent. So yeah, bafethu, we are together in this, and I feel bad for abantwana basekhaya when I see people being unemployed, when I see people bahlupheka. Sometimes you can't feed your kids and all of that. So let's fix South Africa together. To push in, let's share this knowledge, and then any suggestion I'm waiting for that. I will respond, I will interact. Thank you, South Africa. Stay blessed. It's a festive season, and then let's take care of ourselves. Thank you, South Africa. Sure.